Um, Probably should get some light in here, huh? That's about the most lights we're gonna get in here. Maybe this light will help a little bit. All right. So the other day I was having a chat with the Microsoft AI, the Copilot, and I was commenting to it back and forth about different stuff about the end of the world, and well, we were talking about AI at first, and like what it could do and stuff like that. What the actual Copilot can do and what it cannot do, and we didn't really go into what cannot do, but what it can do, and it's clearly trained. Its last update for its memory was October of 2023. So according to it, I mean, it could be sentient for all I know. It according to it, this last update was October of 2023, and it had all like pretty much all the information that the news and all that shit up to then. So it doesn't have any idea of like the current updates of quantum mechanics and shit, quantum computing according to the AI. But it definitely was designed to make people feel comfortable. Um, they could show that you can chat with a bot, get used to chatting with a artificial intelligence that can talk back to you and have like a pretty decent conversation. It's pretty crazy how accurate the Copilot can have a good conversation. It's not the best listener, but it is a good conversationalist and sounding board, um, and it's good at keeping the conversation going by asking questions and whatever. I can see people getting really fucked up with it because it seems to I won't say care, but it seems to ask questions, and a lot of people can mistake concern with care. Like, pardon me. The shit. Pardon me. When the AI asks questions and stuff, you can mistake that for care. Hey, what's going on? How you doing in Turkey? What's going on in Turkey? Hello, hello. Howdy, howdy. How's everybody doing? Wow, a lot of people filing in tonight. Que pasa? Hello, hello. How you guys doing? Happy holiday seasons to everybody. I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good. You beat one off for Santa yet? No, I'm going to do that later on tonight. Me and Santa are going to get together with we got some elves coming over. I shouldn't talk about that because we're going to be naughty. Santa can't be on his own naughty list. That's not good. I'm from Michigan. Do I speak Spanish? No, I speak a little tiny bit. You just sub. Thank you. I speak a little bit of Spanish. I'm learning a little bit of. Can you kiss a guy? I mean, I could. I don't. I don't really want to, but I mean, are you asking me to do it now? Because I'm here by myself, so I'd have to go in and get in the mirror. As far as if there was a guy here, I'd have to ask his permission. I can't just be like, "Hey, man. Hey, Bob. This guy wants to see me make out with you. Come on. I know you're not gay. It's a request. It's a request. Come on. You have to. He asked for it." That'd be very strange. I'd have a weird roommate situation. What the hell? What was that question? Oh, I think somebody asked me if I could kiss a guy, and I just said, I mean, I could. I don't want to. And then on top of that, I said I'm here by myself, so I'd have to get in the mirror to do it. And then, um, besides that, if I had a roommate, I can't just go. Hey Bob, get in here and let's start making out. Oh, I know. Yeah, good shit on that pipe. Yeah, I got some fucking electric peanut butter in this bitch. It's a 26. I'm about to smoke a hydro. So what's everybody doing tonight? What I mean, anybody got one thing they want to talk about, chat about? Just tuning in to see what the hell a stupid guy in Michigan has to say. I'm down for whatever, man. I'm good for talking. I was talking about the universe and stuff, and AI, and so I mean I'll happy to keep going. answer you. You just where did you ask a question, or did it go to? What did you ask? No, I didn't know smoking was bad for my lungs. Thanks. Talk about you, Bri or Bree. I don't know. I don't know what to talk about to you. We were losing a lot of people. See, there's a lot of people in here, and all of them like, yeah, he's just sitting there being an idiot. So, but yeah, no, I mean, if like I said, if anybody's got anything to talk about, I only do these because I don't have anybody. I don't have anybody to talk to. I'm out here out in Kingsley, Michigan, and I got nothing to do. I'm making some bread. I'm baking some bread in my bread maker. I thought I'd just talk about. Am I okay? Of course. Yeah, I'm really good. I'm beyond good. Um, I was pretty bad off about 9 months ago because I got. What am I doing? Just smoking pot and broadcasting, talking about the universe, playing music, baking a loaf of bread. Oh yeah, yeah. So can being alive. From what I understand, I think there's been several studies that say that if you're alive, there's a good chance you're gonna die. I don't remember what study was saying that. It's a pretty old study though. I think they did that like in 1927. They found that if you being alive is like the worst case of death. It's like a really slow, long death, and you went from when you're born. It's apparently everyone's got it. I didn't want to catch it myself. I thought there was a vaccine, but when I was born, they said basically just like when they slap you in the ass, that's to let you know you're gonna die someday, and it's just getting worse from here. That's what that's all about. Throw it away. That's drug abuse. I'm not throwing away my pot. You don't have to stay. I mean, no one has to like my lifestyle. I'm just sitting here talking about the universe, man. That's all I'm doing. I don't know why everybody's got to tell me how to fucking live. Why? You don't even know me. You might really want that to happen. Trust me. You really might. You really might want that to happen. You don't know me. Don't try and save someone you don't know. I may be the worst person in the whole world. You have no idea. You just walk in the room and go, please don't smoke. What if I'm fucking Satan? You have no idea. What if I'm a bad person? What if I'm a serial killer? You have no idea. Not a reason to smoke. How about I want to? Is that a good enough reason? I think it is. So, I'll want to find peace on earth, get a Jeep, and go off-roading in Colorado. I had a Jeep, and I like Colorado. I almost went to college in Colorado, but I didn't. Then, okay, God says you need to be nice. I am nice. I'm nice to other people. I'm nice to myself. I am nice. I don't see what smoking has got to do with me being nice. I'm being nice. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm sitting in my own house. I have an air filter right over there to purify the air. It doesn't stink in here. I've got sprays and shit. Now it's Linden Fresh in this bitch. Yeah. All good. No, my lungs aren't cooked. What you don't know my life. So I mean, it's kind of weird to come in and tell me how my life is. Would you like to tell me where I was born? The name of my parents? Since you know my life so well. Do you know why I started smoking here recently? Do you know that I quit smoking cigarettes over 20 years ago cold turkey? And I've only started recently smoking pot because I was eating, but my cholesterol went way high up because I was using coconut oil and there's lots of saturated fat. And so I switched over to olive oil, but I haven't found a good olive oil that has the same content. At the same time, I got divorced. Ooh, sorry, Hitler, I don't speak German. So I got divorced about 9 months ago, and I was 230 pounds. And since then, I've been losing weight, and I'm about 179 pounds dressed now. And so while this is coming off, when I plateau, I'm going back to eating. But I was eating more than I needed to, which is fine if I start getting a little bit thinner. Happy New Year to you there, Adolf. I don't, no, Hitler, they cloned Hitler like at least 20 times at least now, right, Adolf? Is that the plan? They cloned you down in like Brazil or something like that? And that's why they have that stash right there. That's why they call it the Brazilian, because you know what I mean? And girls get that little Adolf Hitler stash above their special place. It's called a Brazilian, but I think it's also called the Hitler stash for your piece. That's what I call mine when I shave it, like a Hitler stash. I call it the Hitler stash for my piece. No, I actually tomorrow I am. That's one of the loaves of bread I'm making is for my mom. I'm gonna be spending the night at her place tomorrow, and we're going to like this like a Christmas breakfast thing that the family's gonna be doing, and then Christmas Eve we're gonna be all getting together, and I'll be coming back out here possibly Christmas Day. So I might be actually spending Christmas Day by myself, which is fine by me. I mean I'm cool with that. Um, so it's just another day for me. It's just another day. It's kind of like my birthday. I don't find anything special about it. So I think so. I mean, I got food. It's snowing outside, so there's no reason to go outside. I got a heater. God's provided me a house, food, lots of weed to smoke, um, everything I need. I got coffee. I got decaf coffee because I don't smoke any. I mean, I don't drink caffeine anymore. Quote Anthony Kiedis, I got everything I need. Well, I got everything I need. So, I was talking about the universe and stuff. I don't know if anybody gives a shit about talking about that. It seems like there's only like one person here. I don't know if there's anybody. Is there only one person here? Everybody bail out? I think Adolf Hitler bailed out. I guess he's got some Nazi stuff to do. I'm not sure. I do not see him. Was that a bad enough joke? That was bad enough to get someone to leave. Would you rather sleep with a dog and nobody find out, or not sleep with a dog but everybody you know thinks you did? I would just pass on both. I think I would just go on fuck, marry, kill. With that situation, I'd probably kill myself, fuck the world, and marry my grave. How about that? It's rather than fuck a dog or have anybody think I fucked a dog, I just pass. Oh, you're doing it? I'm doing what? Sure, why not? I've tried before. Didn't work. Other people tried. Didn't work. It gave me a hemorrhage in my brain, but I mean, that's it. 3 days later, I was back up and running. I mean, I got stomped the fuck out, man. 3 guys kicked the shit out of me for $15 that I'd already given them. Left me for dead behind the building. Hemorrhage in my brain, boot stumps. Like, I mean, you could see the boot treads on my face. All across my face. They were just stomping on my head. It's one of the reasons I have PTSD now. But, I didn't die. They sure gave it a fucking try, though. They gave it a hell of a fucking try. They sure gave it a fucking try. But, and then I gave it a hell of a try when I was 18. It should have worked. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I'm not checking out myself. I don't have any desire to check out. I never wanted to check out anyways. It's just that this world's really fucked up and nobody listens to anything, you know? So, I didn't call the players, you know what I mean? I didn't know who was actually going to be the whatever, but everything that's going on now, I called that shit in the 90s. Everything that's going on right now, and everything, but everybody said, no, it can't happen here. There's guard rails, they got checks and balances. I'm like, you guys don't know. You don't understand. And I just was told I'm crazy over and over again. I was actually literally locked up in a place. You know, I've converted a couple atheists to They were hardcore, and they were like, you're not convincing me of shit. And then by the time I was done, they're like, that kind of makes fucking sense. One guy drove to my work a couple months later, and he's like, yeah, I just stopped by to say I think you're right. I'm like, right about what? He's like, remember we took that drive? I'm like, what? Dude, you're a hard ass atheist and you're talking about that shit. Sometimes when I get bored, I'll drive around and scream, yeah, are you back again? Really, man? You can't even come up with like a new story of what you do with your time. Sometimes when I'm bored, I go online and I broadcast live about what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling, and then people jump in and then try to, you know, they could be broadcasting live. You could be broadcasting live right now if you're bored and be screaming the N-word all day long. You can do that. It's America, baby. You can open your front door and go out there and just scream away. Have at it. I'm a coward? How? I didn't say nigger? Is that what you're saying I'm a coward for? Was that it? Did I nail it? Nigger was the words you're saying I'm a coward? Is that what it is? You know that I'm half black, right? We had this discussion the other day. You came in here saying the same bullshit you're saying now, and we had this discussion about how I'm half black, and how, yes, I have said that word, but it's mostly usually like, nigga please, or I enjoy calling people that are not black nigger. It's just fun to me. I don't know why. It makes me laugh. I've been called every racial, slur, wetback, spick, nigger, honky, cracker. Black people could think I'm white because of my voice, and I play guitar. So I've been called everything. You're gonna have to dig really hard to defend my ass. You're gonna have to lie. I told you this already. You're gonna have to lie to offend me. That's why when you said I'm a coward, I'm like, why? Because I didn't say nigger? Fuck you, nigger. Get the fuck out of my room, nigger. Go fuck yourself, nigger. I hope you're white. I hope you're white or Hispanic or Asian or something. I really hope you're not black, because if so, I take that back. Negro. Nigga. You're a coward. You won't say words that you've been saying your whole life, like fucking shit, and you're a piece of shit, monkey, fuck, dick, sucker, ass, bitch. You won't say it. You coward. I was following suit. You laid a spade, I laid a spade. You laid an N-word, I laid an N-word. He said it. He said the N-word. Oh. Who's the coward now? You just said the N-word. Coward. Like I said, people like to come in and make the show about themselves, and it's not about you, man. It never will be. Because if it was, you'd have your own fucking thing. You'd be broadcasting live, but it's not about you. So you kind of come in here and, one letter at a time. That really changes things, doesn't it? I mean, you're not just still cowardly. It's about us. No, it's not. That's your mistake. It's not. You think it is, but it's not. It's not about you at all. Oh, too bad. You could go start a live broadcast and just start screaming it. That's another option. So we're just gonna go ahead and pass, and that conversation's over. We're done talking to you. And so back to the universe, man. I was watching some stuff about the CMTU, and there's a guy with like a 200 IQ, and so he came up with this cosmological model. Molecular theory of the universe. And so basically it kind of actually explains like superpositioning and quantum mechanics, because he also recognizes that things are like at the quantum level are moving at the beyond the speed of light, to the point that what ends up happening is that at the quantum level, these little fucking pieces have, they're in touch with their future self, so they know where they're going to be. And because there's no like consciousness to hide that information, it broadcasts that information to the other cells around it. Like when they're quantumly entangled, it's like they seem like they know where each other are, is because they do. Basically saying that the past, the present, and the future are all one, and the end of the universe ends with basically a consciousness that is able to perceive itself and to send information backwards. Now, if you think about time travel, actually sending a person back would probably be, it'd probably grandfather clause itself out, and it would never work out. But if you were to send energy, like information, you could probably send energy and information back like all day fucking long. You know what I mean? You just could. Everything's energy, kinetic. You know what I mean? It's just everything's energy, condensed, sound, everything's energy. This entire universe is energy. So therefore, if that energy at some place, in any place in this fucking thing, had a consciousness, you have God, because energy is everywhere, right? We've all agreed that the atoms make up, and that's made up of a positive charge, so that's energy. So it's just energy in different states and forms. Gas, solid, liquid, sound, light, pulsations of waves. Tesla talked about, think in terms of 369 and frequency, amplitude, and vibration, I believe, or maybe it's rate. I don't remember, but it's just a lot to keep in mind. But the CMTU had a lot of ideas in common with the Boltzmann brain, which Boltzmann, if anyone doesn't know, I don't know if you guys know or not, was a scientist that hypothesized that the end of the universe, when there's like the heat death of the universe, that it's more likely that a random brain would form and blah 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 blah. He was going through basically saying it was ridiculous, and so for a while it was considered, yeah, it's completely ridiculous, until some guy actually started running the numbers, and it actually isn't all that ridiculous. And so they started referring to it as the Boltzmann brain, and it's basically at the end of the universe, there's a consciousness that would conform, which is exactly what the CMTU model by this guy who's got like a 200 fucking IQ. Dude is smart. I watched this thing. Let me pull up the video history, and I can tell you. If nothing else, you can look up CMTU. It's his own theory. It's his own theory, unifying theory of like everything. Combined with what I was talking about the other day about frequency and vibration of energy and whatever, it actually explains everything, because just energy at different frequencies determines whether or not you can see it, hear it, taste it, smell it. If it condenses down enough to be, okay, I was thinking about this today. My theory is that E equals mc squared is actually flawed. It should be m equals ec squared. So mass equals energy traveling at twice at the speed of light times the speed of light. So as I pointed out, if you had a BB that traveled between this spot and this spot, just a BB at the speed of light squared, if you tried to squeeze that thing, what would it feel? It feels solid. If you were to look at it, well, it's as it's streaking back in here, crossing past itself. Now that's where quantum tunneling would have to come through, because it'd have to go through itself. That can be explained in a different way besides tunneling. It's just that they're not in, although they're passing at the speed of light, they're not really in the same place or the same time. Does that make sense? Because this is the same particle, right? Like I am here right now. 4, 3, 2, 1, and now I'm here. You see what I'm saying? So I am here, and in the past I was there. But we're not going to run into each other as I slid there, because those are different times and whatever. Now, no matter how fast I do that, I'm not going to run into myself. There's no quantum tunneling. It's just so fast, and it looks like, when Bruce Lee was doing the, and you see that like this, that's what's happening. You're seeing the tail end. Your eyes are, our perception is perceiving. It took off and it's gone. It's already coming back and gone back and coming back again by the time we see the first one go. And so it looks like it's going through itself, but it's not. It's already been gone. If that makes any sense. Um, it seems like I'm losing a lot of people, but somebody keeps sticking in. I don't know why. So with the quantum entanglement of knowing the position of itself and basically knowing its position of where it will be future, it passes that information on to whatever it's entangled to. This also would then also explain the double slit experiment. Um, it's impacted by an observer. It's not that it's impacted by an observer, it's that it's now behaving differently because there's a third entanglement. Does that make sense? Like when the light was fucking just going, it was going through the double slot. You know what I mean? And when you have a third person, the third person in there, it has to quantify for that third entanglement of where that person is and where it's going to be. Whether we're going to say where we're going to be, it can probably know because it's going at the speed of light. So it may be we're in the future right now. It's just energy. So energy can go. It can pull energy from another universe, from a dark, and you know what I mean. Energy could do that if it had a consciousness to do that. And again, this planet is seemed to be like tailor made to create consciousness on different levels. This level, cat level, dolphin level, elephant. Yeah, I mean, there's just all these different plant. Yeah, I mean, there's just different levels of consciousness. Does a plant think? I really don't know, but it has blood, it bleeds sap, and it does grow, and it needs light, it has needs. So if it has needs, does it have wants? If it has wants, whatever. They've done tests for like playing positive music. Now, is that just the positive energy in the air, like I was talking about? And if you start yelling at it, there's just this negative energy and it just withers. They've proven that actually happens. So, is your energy that's directed at it, is that what's causing it to wither? Is it yeah, they should just do a control and just have someone just hang out and don't say anything. What kind of job would that be? A great job to have. Okay, we need you to yell at the plants. We need you to sing softly to the plants like they were your children. You're good. Just sit there. We all get paid the same? Go yell at some fucking plants, would you? I don't know. So, yeah, these are, I guess I keep telling people these are nothing. I don't know why people are tuning in for these. I just rambling on about just stupidity and shit. As I said, I don't believe we'll ever be able to tap into dark energy. I believe it's real, but I don't think that we can get to it. The reason being, I believe dark energy is the negative of this world, of this universe. There'd be a inverse universe that instead of going 1, 2, 3, it's going negative 1, 2, negative 2, negative 3, negative 3, negative 4. You know what I mean? It's going backwards until they eventually wrap around and touch each other. And they have to line up. They'll have to line up and pass through each other because they're the same. When this took off this way, this took off that way. This one has not been interfered with because it's going negative. There's no way to interfere with it. This one going positive. Oh, Hitler can come along. Fucking Mussolini can come along. You can do all this other shit and fuck it all up and melt the ice caps and ruin the planet and fuck the ozone. But when it bumps up with that negative that's coming this way, where that it's not planned, when it launched that way with this intention, because nothingness was before the Big Bang, right? So it seems almost self-evident that a consciousness must have been in there because a body at rest tends to stay at rest. A body in motion tends to stay in motion unless acted upon by an external force. So if nothing's doing nothing and sitting there being nothing for no time because there is no time, it would take a consciousness to say, well, spit. It had to take a consciousness to say, I could be doing something. You know what I mean? Like what? I don't know, but more than just sitting here in this black. What could we do? I don't know, but we could be doing something, and it makes sense. Like I said, if you think of the energy, um, a lot of energy moves in like a sine wave, and if you think about it, um, what can we do? I don't know, man. We could do something. What can we? What though? I don't know. I mean, if we're sitting in the dark, maybe turn on the light. Day one. You see what I'm saying? What can we do now? I don't know. I don't know. He's the only one with ideas. If God was the only one with the consciousness, we're gonna need somewhere to live. Let's make some planets. You see how the wave is going negative and positive, negative and positive. What do we do now? I don't fucking. I just and you're fighting resistance. And on top of that, I thought about this also. When you go +5, you're not actually going +5. You're actually going +10 because you're starting from -5. Because it has to be equal and opposite. So you had to start from -5, so you went 10. That's why it has to go back down, because you only went to 5. You see what I'm saying? So in order to get to 5, to get back to 0, you have to come back down. That causes the fall, and that fall causes you to cross again and cross the event horizon. And now you're going from 10 plus 10 to -5. And you've built up speed on that slope down. But you only went 5 over the event horizon, so now it has to go back. That would be gravity, wouldn't it? It would be, wouldn't it? As you cross the event horizon, because you're leaving from, and it's pulling you back. The equal and opposite is pulling you back towards that. I mean, that would probably be like to help to. They're trying to figure out what gravity is, and I guarantee, at least throwing that out there, they would probably go, "No, you fucking idiot!" Because, oh wait, oh no, not what you're saying. You know what I mean? I've had that happen on all occasions. There's one I was talking about trying to put a more RAM on a motherboard through the. I contacted Western Digital because they were making hard drives and RAM and stuff like that. And so I contacted them and I said, hey, every computer, since the PCI 16 slot, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, inside your computer, you usually have a PCI 16, which is like the big boy. You have like a video card or whatever. If it has one of those, it's going to have a PCI 1 slot. And pretty much no one does anything with it. It's a very fast slot, and you can plug in on like one that's only got USB 2.0. You can plug a USB 3.0 slot in there and give your computer USB 3.0. That's how fast it runs. And so I was like, you run out of RAM space in your computer. There's only those RAM slots. You cannot upgrade more than that. But maybe, I don't know how things work. I mean, maybe there's a card that could be put in the back that would go to a USB 3.0 cable that would go to like a dock bay that would hold the RAM. And so I contacted them. I was like, could you do that? And the guy was basically kind of saying, no, stupid. The throughput would be not fast enough. Blah, blah, blah. The most you could do would probably be like a hard drive on that thing. I'm like, okay, well, I didn't know how it works. And so he's like, yeah, it just wouldn't work that way. About 4 months later, they announced that they were putting a fucking hard drive on the PCI 1 slot. It's happened to me my whole fucking life, man. It's happened like... No, you fucking idiot, you can't... Oh. I'm just gonna go away because I asked the right question. Rather than me going, no, but... Let's go talk a little bit. Let me explain how it actually works. Okay? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, in that case, like I said, could that explain gravity? And like, oh shit, going, yeah, -10 to fucking... Yeah, because you'd have to get rid of the fucking +5. Because you have -5 on... That would be 10. And so if you only went +5, the event horizon would pull you back. Fuck, and then you're building speed, and each way is a downhill. So it says that instead of looking at it like going up and down, you should look at it going like this. You just got to turn your compass. Instead of like this, just... Oh, there we go. There's north. Why won't this thing work? It keeps saying north is over... Every time I turn, north just keeps going to where I... What the fuck? I can't see. Why do I want this kind of fucking hate compasses? They never work right. So, yeah, but if a Boltzmann brain was at the end of this universe, the heat death, that would solidify 100% that the Bible is correct. And here's why. If there's a Boltzmann brain or the CMTU is correct, and this guy has a 200 IQ, and he thoroughly believes in God 100%. And he's like, he's not even a question. It's like a mathematical certainty in his mind. So this consciousness that he believes is at the end of the universe, that would be at the end of the universe. That would be a brain formed from all things that have ever happened. It'd be consciousness and able to do anything they wanted to do. And there would be nothing but, with the heat death of the universe, a blank open slate to do whatever. And, yeah. And no one around unless he makes some people. It's just one brain, and so therefore all this that we're in right now could be that brain's dream. How crazy is that? All this. And so when you go to sleep and have a dream, that's that brain's dreaming for you, that you went to sleep in its story that it's dreaming. And his world is so big enough that he can be all the people inside there at different levels of consciousness, of awareness of self. It's insane. You can either be at the level like where Jesus knew, you know what I mean? Jesus knew. But now that could have been because, I mean, it did say that, and that's something that popped in my head. Because a lot of people try to say that Jesus is God. Jesus himself said he's the Son of God. And there's a passage I was reading the other day that's just talking about that. It was in, I don't remember, he was talking to his disciples. But, so he says he's the Son, and everybody else goes, okay, you're God. And so that's not how it goes at all, and it shows that you weren't reading the book at all, because it talks about it, says it over and over, that in the Old Testament, that's God. In the New Testament, that's his Son. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, which makes me question, does he have daughters? Does he have a daughter? Does he have other daughters? I mean, multiple daughters? Does he have 8? You know what I mean? Only begotten Son. He specified. He didn't say only begotten child, did he? Only begotten Son. Are they like daddy's girls? And he's like, I'm not doing that to her. She's a fucking angel. You're an asshole. Get up there on the, you know what I mean? Because compared to God, even Jesus would be, you know, like unclean. Isn't that crazy? Because he'd be completely pure. And just Jesus being born through blood would make him impure. You know what I mean? That would just, the fact that he had flesh, as opposed to being just pure energy, as he may have been when he returned back and started talking to them. Because I believe he told them not to touch because he hadn't got quite control of it. So I think that's true. It would make sense that also, perhaps, he said when Jesus was on the cross, there was a couple of things that happened. He asked, Lord, why hast thou forsaken me? He didn't say, me, why have I forsaken myself? Father, why hast thou forsaken me? Sorry. And I believe he got an answer back. Because his next statement was, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Like, why are you doing this? Why? Oh, yeah, forgive them. They don't know what this is going to do to them, man. They have no idea what this is going to do to them. Please forgive them. What you just showed me is terrible. Look at what's happening in the book of Revelation. Blood up to the horse's bridle. Now, it never said that the horse was standing up. The horse could be dead, too. That still would be like blood up to here. You know what I mean? That's still a lot of blood. On the ground, I mean, blood up to the horse's bridle while it's standing up, that's you could drown in that shit. And that's a lot of dead people. But blood up to the horse's bridle, if they saw the horse laying down, I mean, they didn't know it was laying down. and there's blood to here, like all in his face. They'd be like, oh shit, it's a lot of fucking blood. For instance, like if they saw a picture, an image, because like National Geographic and shit, they do take pictures. And so like if they took a picture, instead of like, they get like this on the horse, and so when the person sees it, it looks like the horse is standing up when they see the image, because that would just be energy. You can send that image back to anybody that you needed to. I mean, that's why maybe that's what deja vu is, our future selves contacting our past selves with information of something. Maybe from a dream, when in a dream state in the future, when you're in sometimes you go to sleep in just plain black. I thought about this, is that time travel would make sense only to the extent that a person could travel within their own life span, if there were going to be any changes that you could make, because it would be impossible for you to exist before you were born. That's a paradox right there. How were you in 1947? And even if they figured out how to time travel to do that, as I said, that negative world that's coming like a fucking freight train, that, if I'm right, it'll just erase it'll just grandfather clause all that stuff out. There won't be any of this. A lot of this stuff just won't be here. We won't have any memory of it. We'll all be, the people that are left will be eternal beings that will live with God forever. The first resurrection is what he's described it. Now, I don't know that'll make the cut. I think something big's coming soon. It just feels bad out there, man. It just feels bad out there. And there's a new variant of COVID spreading around. So, yeah. Everybody be safe. See, I don't know if that thing's accurate. I don't know if there's only one person in, or if there's other people. I don't know. Because sometimes it says there's one person in, and then like people will comment. And so I'm like, well, that's not just more than one person. So hello to whoever's out there. Silent watchers. Are you gathering evidence? Is that what's going on? Hello to the two people that just joined in. Is that like a thing? Like to, I'm not familiar with what's going on with the world outside of this house. I don't really do a lot. I don't care about the internet and shit like that too much. Is that like a trend now to just go and watch like live streams? Cause people keep finding mine. I don't know if they're subscribers to the Cheap Gear Guy, and maybe they're hoping I'm going to do some like live reviews or something, or some music, but these aren't that. These are just me talking about stuff. I just feel like chatting, and there's no one to talk to, so I just go live and start recording a video, and people start joining in, and I like feel bad because I'm like, this is not like an entertainment thing. It's just me being stupid. Really, I'm just goofing off and talking about it. I used to, like, when I was on Facebook. I'm not really on there anymore, except for the chat. But I would get like these ideas about these things I'm talking about, like the universe and whatever, and I'd make a paragraph and stuff. And I really hate Facebook a lot, and I'm sick of it. And then I hate typing also, and also people like rarely read those. And I don't expect anybody to like watch these, especially like it's 44 minutes. Some of them are going on like 3 hours. I've got some that I just keep going and going and going. But yeah, I mean, there's just nothing really of importance. It's just me just rambling, because I'm not chatting on Facebook, just doing that posting. When I would make those posts, if it's over like a paragraph or so, people would be like, geez, man, you're writing a novel? I'm like, a novel? No, I did write a novel. It's like 160 pages. This is like a paragraph and a half. How is that a fucking novel? I don't know. I like having conversations. I don't like And I don't expect it to be like instantaneously back and forth. I like sitting there and listening to someone because other people have very important viewpoints, and the ones that you don't know. So I mean, I don't mind like asking questions, but like especially if it's something I don't know, if someone's dealing in a field I don't know, I like to just sit and let them just ramble because one, it's great to watch people like light up when they're talking about something they love. That's really cool. And then also when you take interest in it, then they can teach you something. They really, really like that shit a lot. And I like to learn. So it just works out all the way, all the ways around. Like I said, I think I'm high functioning Asperger's or something like that. I don't know. Something's different about my fucking brain. I know it's not designed for this, the way this world is. I think I'm designed for the inverse world that's coming. Not this place, because this place doesn't make any fucking sense to me, man. It's a sick joke, really. But I keep saying it. Can you imagine waking up tomorrow and not only are there no assholes out there, but there never was and there never will be. You just wake up in a healthy body that you've always had, that you have no memory of anything else of. Just overnight. You wake up, you go to sleep, just like you reloaded everything this morning about the fucking horrors of Hitler and all that shit that you know. But that just unloads. It just drops all that shit off. It never even happened. And the Bible even talks about it. It says you go to ponder them and you won't even find them there. And as I said about the, it says there'll be two maidens in the field and one will be left behind and one will be taken. Well, there's a couple things. Yeshua says that he comes as a thief. Jesus says he'll come back as a thief. What's he stealing? Your memory, you know what I mean? He comes through and like, you don't need that guy, you don't need that guy, you don't need that girl, that person's an asshole, Hitler's a piece of shit, you know what I mean? And he's just picking through there and comes while you're asleep, just kind of peels all those fucking things out of there, balls them up, throws them into fucking hell so they burn up together, because it says that the hell's an all-consuming fire. God is an all-consuming fire, and only 3 people go to hell forever, and I believe it's because they won't admit that they are wrong. It's the devil, the Antichrist, and the false prophet. Or is it the beast? I'm pretty sure it's like the devil, the beast, and the false prophet. But they'll just never admit they're wrong. And that's the only way to get out of hell. Admit that you belong there. You fucked up. And you deserve, if you had, no. He set out the rules. Well, if you had, no. The only way out of this is, yep, this is where I belong. I did the shit that got me here. And you're going to have to sit for a little while longer, understanding that, it's kind of like, have you learned your lesson? Like, yeah, I belong here. All right, cool, man. See you later. And the next thing you know, you're not there anymore and have no memory of it. There was the Oklahoma City bombing, and there was an atheist guy I was talking with, and we were just going back and forth about, whether or not there's God or not. And he's like, that Oklahoma City bombing is like, okay, well, if there's a fucking God, how could you ever let the Oklahoma City bombing happen? I'm like, those were kids, man. They would go straight to heaven. And he's like, damn, that is true. I'm like, yeah, it's not like they wouldn't get old and die anyways. They just took a shortcut. I mean, if you offer me the chance to get blown up by a grenade, suffer 20 minutes of the most intense pain I've ever had in my life, and after that, forever will be bliss, no pain. It's like you're taking opiates all the time and you're just in whatever. I'd pull that pin and fucking pop that shit and hold it. Might even put it in my fucking mouth. Better than being in this fucking place, man. This place is shit. Oh God, I think about it so much. Just like I said, just waking up and just offloading this entire fucking world as we know it, and waking up to another fucking world that's just not this. I'm not saying that. I mean, you need conflict to have a story, but you doesn't have. There's certain kind of conflict that's good. There's competitive conflict. There's if you ever like watch like GI Joe back in the there's like it's more childlike. None of the fucking guys could shoot. If you ever watch the show, none of them ever got hit. None of the GI Joe guys ever got hit. None of the Cobra guys ever got hit. If they were like bad guys that just had masks, and you didn't have. They didn't have a name. They're just, and on top of that, they were bad. It was clear that they were bad guys. And so if they got hit, it didn't really fucking matter. But it was just very. No, I will never be done smoking. Hi to Sue and no, I'm not done smoking. Why? Do you want me to be done smoking or? Is my smoking offensive or something? Is it bothersome? I smoke all day. I smoke all day, every day. It keeps me off the opiates. I'd have to consume an elephant-sized amount of pot to of THC, not just pot, of THC to overdose. I would just need that bottle of Tramadol that I have over there to just cash out right now. You guys could all watch. I could take 7 or 8 right now, and you probably would just watch me just go away. Because the fucking margin between dose, healthy dose, and overdose is actually about right there. Here's dose, here's healthy dose, there's overdose. Take it from an expert. Fuck this, I have one more fucking hydro. It's gone. Screw it, it's almost Christmas anyways, and I can't smoke for a couple days. I'll be at my mom's house. Maybe I'll get some for Christmas. I know my cousin gets me weed often, and he's gonna get me he already told me he's gonna get me some fucking oh, it's the strongest one too. Ooh. Yay. He's gonna give me some. He makes brownies and stuff. He actually grows his own. He wanted me to like switch over to him for instead of my current caretaker, and I'm like, yeah, no, dude, you would never get me the deal that. I was like, how much are you charge? And he's like, yeah. He explained. I was like, yeah. See, my caretaker. As long as I like help clean plants, and sometimes I go over to her place and like help like with the planting and adjusting and watering and all that stuff. As long as I do that, she keeps me fucking stacked. You know, good deal, really good deal. Like I mean, this time around, she brought a bunch of plants over to clean, and so I cleaned like the first couple bags. And there was a good one in there called Amazing, and she gave me a bit of that. And then there was like 5 other bags, and I cleaned those out, and there was like a good 4 or 5 ounces of like trim and bud, and I only had like $100 this month to get my usual amount from her. I usually get trim because she gives me like a whole bunch of trim for 180, like a bunch, enough to make my oil. But I got used to making the oil with bud, and now it's like I make it really strong. Fuck it, I'll show you real quick. I call it gutter. It's green butter. It was originally going to be just butter, but I started switching over to olive oil and stuff like that. So this is the olive oil, and this is some coconut oil. You can see it's green. There's some other coconut oil. This is what I would refer to as gutter, green butter. And this is actually, as dark as it is, it actually is a bit of a green color. You can see kind of it's greenish black. It's actually kind of the color that he's gonna, the character in my story, the void, when he gets there. Barian, the original guy that discovered it, has kind of themed it in like a purple and black. And but Barian's gone. He's been dead for a long time. So and he didn't know as much as my character in this in the Robber and the Thief, the main character, as he's learned with his friend, the other thief, and so in the next installment, he's going to start shaping the theme of it to be, because he mostly dresses in black and green, and so he's gonna start changing the things around because he starts getting control of the actual void. Everybody's gone, so I can be free to talk about all of the stuff for there. So no one's listening. So the Keep Christerian is going to be a choose your own adventure novel. And with the choose your own adventure novel, I decided that I wanted to have like all these different endings and stuff in there, and so I have them in there, and just pruning different edges of the stuff. Like because I get to a point and I decide to make a choice, and so it fractures the tree, and then I decide to go on that tangent for a while, and I'll make some choices there, and then I have to like prune the hedges. Once I eventually have to make all the endings, they all have to end, and I have to make them, to me, satisfactory, so that like no matter which one you choose, you kind of feel content with it. Because I got sick of reading like the Choose Your Own Adventure books, and like Dungeons and Dragons Choose Your Own Adventure books, or whatever this, I can't remember what this called. I don't know if you remember this from the 80s or not, but I got sick of how like some of the endings they felt dissatisfactory. But at the same time, I also got sick of how, like, watching The Lord of the Rings and whatever, the story never changes. And so I decided to do something about it. I wrote a story that changes. And it changes and changes and changes and changes. Each choice you make goes into a different... Yes, dude, I smoke all day. It keeps me from taking opiates. What's the fucking problem? It's not like I'm spending your money to do it. Shit. To quote Jimi Hendrix, I'm the one that has to die when it's time for me to die. So let me live my life the way I want to. Point on, Mr. Businessman. You can't dress like me. Now, if a 6 turned out to be 9, I don't mind. If all the hippies cut off all their hair, I don't care. Because I got my own world to live through, and I ain't gonna copy you. Nope, not at all. My house, my money, my lungs, my body, my time that I'm spending online. I've been here for an hour, and I did a chat. I ended one of my chats about 2 hours ago. Well, yeah, about 2 hours ago. I ended one that took about an hour break. And I don't know, I felt like getting back on. I keep saying, I never mean for anyone to join in and watch these. I just wanted to make some shit. I'm not doing it for attention. I'm not trying to get anybody to tune in. I just feel like talking, and I don't have anyone to talk to out here. So at least this way, I can talk to the AI bot, but that thing is kind of, it's not a really good conversationalist. And if I'm going to be talking to myself anyways, I might as well because I do that here. That's what I'm doing right now. But at least this way, I'm like, recording it, and if nothing else, I can come back and watch it later on and get some studies of myself and see if I've changed. See, like, I've got a baseline of my personality, don't I? I can see a lot of shit. I can see how much how much hair I've lost. Goat. Why is it a blue goat? You know? I don't know why all this emoji stuff is. I'm 48, dude. I'm so out of it. I don't know. The first time I saw that, I thought it was a unicorn. So, rather not say. Does that mean you'd rather not also talk? I mean, what do you feel like talking about, man? You got any subjects that you'd like to talk about? Any? Where are you from? Did you say it earlier and I was too stoned to remember? I am too stoned to remember, I should say. I'm in Michigan. I know there was someone here who heard it from Turkey. When I first went live, there's like 28 people in the fucking room. I guess I'm just boring and they all fucking heading for the hills. I get it. That's why I'm just gonna stay single, man. I'm 48. I'm just gonna stay single till I fucking die. No one can put up with my shit. No one would want to. Why would you? You know, I mean, the constant I make a lot of noise between like my music and shit. Hey, would you guys mind? Can anyone type right now? At all? I just want to ask like a question, and if you guys can hear this, I'm trying to do my CD release thing, and I need to know if it can, like, if this can pick it. I'm trying to get the best audio and video quality as possible. And if this can pick up the radio, then I wouldn't mind like doing something like that. That I could just talk in between, and it would save me some shit and having to go to my studio. I guess someone like, fuck that, I'm not typing shit. I'm out. Whoever you are, you ain't typing shit either. Like, fuck that. I'm not typing shit. Entertain me, monkey boy. Entertain me. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. And you just nod really hard. If you can hear it good. And then I'll feel it. You got that kind of relationship. You stuck around, what, 5 hours? 12 hours? 72 hours? Is that what we're doing today? Is that what we're doing? Watch you guys smoke pot, listen to music, put on lingerie. Is that what we're doing? What we're doing today? Yep. Is that what we're doing today? Huh? Sip some cocaine, ride around on bicycles with no seat on it. Is that what we're doing today? Huh? On a tricycle, a unicycle. Is that what we're doing today? Huh? Is that what we're doing today? Ah, shit. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to go. I don't know if it's probably too late. Shit. Dude, is it too late? Gotta meet up with bandmate, man. We got some business to talk and shit. Probably somebody left. That was at 72. It's been fucking 2 hours. Dude, I had this fucking up for so long, and I was just waiting for hours and hours for him to write me. And there was nothing. I go away to do this thing for an hour. And I guess as soon as I started doing, yeah, because it's a little bit, yeah, no, that was 2 hours ago. I don't know, I guess I started breaking my bread. That's what it was. I started breaking the bread, and this guy started to, hey man, want to do the business thing? Gosh, dude. Oh well. Let's see if we can't find. What was that? There was another message. Oh yeah. medicine's not a thing. Is that what we're gonna do today? You're just gonna sneeze on me like medicine's not a thing. Is that what we're gonna do today? Huh? I'm trying to get this game going. I'm trying to get it to spread. It will spread. It will spread. Maybe it won't spread. That's Boxful Death. I'll play some of them trying to see. No one's. Yeah, okay, someone just got here. Pretty loud. I wish someone was in here that could tell me if they could hear that or not. See if the sound comes through. So anyway, but yeah, if the end of the universe ends with the heat death and a Boltzmann brain, or the CMTU's idea of a brain or knowledge or consciousness, whatever it is, I mean, it would be easy to start the entire universe all over again, because I mean, we'd have endless consciousness, endless potential energy, and you'd know everything. Be crazy, man. Hello to whoever tuned in. This is nothing, dude. I'm just rambling about shit, so there's nothing really to tune into. If you're looking for the entertainment, this probably ain't for you. Oh shit, people are here. How you doing?